Hey everyone. I hope you guys really got the trend line homework, and we are moving on to break and retest. So this is where we get to start actually getting into learning how to enter a trade um, and the higher probability setups of a trade, which is the break and retest. I am going to show you some other strategies, but what I mainly want you guys focusing on, if you're a beginner, is break and retest. The other ones are just a little bit riskier, and the break and retest is a higher probability. So let me share my screen and let's hop right in. Okay, back on Euro USD. So let's go on the 4 hour. Remove these. And let's draw some 4 hour zones. I'm not going to redraw the weekly and daily uh, and monthly trend line in zones. I'm just going to show you how the break and retest works, because I'm going to do a full top-down analysis, so you'll be able to see how to mark up your charts from beginning to end. And then also I'm going to show you in a separate core or video, basically the how to enter and exit a trade. Okay, so right now is just showing you the break and retest of trend lines and support and resistance areas and zones. Okay, so let's get close to price. Area. This one better. Definitely could be one, but there's just not enough. I'd have to go further back and look. Let's that one lines up. Yep. Okay. Let's do that one. Price. And then let's draw some trend lines. I'm going to do bar replay with you. So actually, I'm going to take that off. Let's do something back here. So one touch, two touch, brought into the future. That was our first touch. That's our second touch. Like all those candles right there, our second touch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you the break and retest. I'm going to use another color. Okay, so you see right here how it broke. It broke, it went up. Oh, that's not the correct arrow. Okay, so it broke right here. Do you see how there's that green bar right there? That broke, came up, retested, and then it shot up. Just like that. Let me darken this. And so that's pretty much what break and retest is. It broke right there. That out of the way. So it broke right here. You see that candle right there? It broke out of this trend line. It closed. It went up. It retested it, which means it came back down to come and retest and, you know, build the market structure, and then it shot up. And so we're going to have a module strictly on entering, but I'm just going to show you the potential when you get in after the retest. So that would be the retest candle. There, and you could have taken it to the next 4-hour zone, which is right here. You could have gotten more if, you know, you held on to it. We'll go over that in another module specifically on how to take profit and then also leave runners and risk management. So, but with, you know, being new, just take it to that next one. It's a 1 to 3, you know, like if you had more experience, then I would say, you know, trail it up, take it. You could have made that to be, let's see, the 1 to 10, and could have even been more. Look at that. If you took it all the way up there, the 1 to 16. But just as beginners, you're going to just take it to that next level. And that's it. Okay. So that's one example. Now let's do these. Okay, so right here would have been the break. And so it broke, it retested, and it shot down. It's really that simple. But when you get in the charts and you actually start trading, it is a little nerve-wracking because, you know, as you are breaking, well, as the candle is breaking, right? It breaks. And then you're like, oh, okay, is that the retest? Is that it? Is that it? You know, so say that you got in at this small little retest, okay? And then it starts like going up right there. And you're like, oh my gosh, is that right? Is that true? Like, did I like mess up? Oh my gosh, it's like going in the negative and you're just really playing with your mind. And then it just starts going down, you know? So you really just have to trust it. You really have to it's that simple if we don't have our emotions involved and our money involved, but you have to get to a place where it's like it is what it is. And, you know, if you're leveraging and you're a good amount and the amount that you're supposed to, and your risk management is on point, then you wouldn't be so scared, you know, like um, it's, it really also comes down to that. Like, but if you're over leveraging and you're putting too much money into this one trade, hoping to bank off of it and make your million in that trade, like it's not going to happen. And you're going to literally like just infuse a ton of fear, anxiety, all of that into you when you could just be utilizing the correct leverage. And we'll go over all of that in other modules. So here, okay, let's do let's do a short position. So that was the retest. We got in right there. We saved, put it like, put it like right there, right above there. And take it down to this level. That would be a 1 to 6, almost a 1 to 2 on that right there. Another thing that you could also do, which is the safer bet, is when you have something so close to this zone, like say that the break is so close to this zone, then what you could do is you could actually wait until, I mean, it breaks this zone right here and it retests. And do you see how right here, that long wick right in there, that long wick in there was the retest. It came back up, retested the area it just broke out of, the zone it just broke out of, and you could have gotten in right after that. That would have been your retest. So let's get the short position. Let's see. Typically in a smaller time frame, you would see that rejection and you would be entering right there. And then you just put it right there. So let's go to a smaller time frame. I'm going to use the bar replay so you can actually see. Exact way. And put it at 0.5. Let's play it. So it broke. See how it broke that area? Oh shoot, I need to go to the smaller time frame. Hello. Let's flatten that and then go back to bar replay. 15-minute. Waiting for it to break this right here and then retest. Breaking it. Oh, see the retest. You could have got in right there. So let's see. Position. Let's see, that was it. There you go. There you go. That's your 1 to 3, 1 to 4 actually. So that is break and retest. You can do it off of the zones, support and resistance areas, or you can do it off of the trend lines. And like if you were to do it off of this trend line, the break. So let's just say that it broke, it retested right there. You put it above that prior wick. You took it down. That would have been a 1 to 4. And you would have been in some chop for a little bit because you see how it like almost hit your stop loss. So you would have probably been freaking out like, oh, what is it doing? Did I make the right move? But just trust your analysis. You know, if you lose, I mean, that's a 16 pip stop loss. So it's pretty good. So let's find some more examples. I hope that you guys are getting this. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Here. Let's drop down. Let's do the bar replay and then we're going to drop down. Down to the 30-minute. So right here, the zone, the 4 hour zone, the 4 hour trend line up. And so you want to wait for the candle to break and close on both of those. So the trend line, the candle to close above the trend line and this zone and retest the zone. Okay. So let's play this. Oh, break it. Okay, so, and I want to show you this perfect example of why we always wait for the break and retest. Because do you see how that broke right there and closed, but it didn't retest it? When it's retesting, it's going to break, it's going to go back down, and it's going to go up. And you're entering on this candle once it passes this one. Does that make sense? So you would enter after that one would have gotten broken and then up. We'll go over that. I'm just gonna, let's just go back to this and do bar replay. Okay, it broke. So it broke, but we want to wait for it to retest. So let me slow it down and then press play. Okay, so this is where we would enter, is once it surpassed that. So let's grab a long position. And then we would take it to its next zone. And that's basically a 1-to-1. So let's see what it does. And there we go. Let's see. Let's speed it up. Let's see what it does. So it's going to retest off that zone, went up. It's going to break and retest off this zone, go up. So that is break and retest. I am going to be going over the break of where you're just entering, like as soon as it breaks one of the candle lows or one of the candle highs. I'm going to be going over that. That is a little more advanced strategy. And if you're using, or if you're trading like indices, because sometimes it can move so fast and you're not getting a break or a retest. Sometimes that does happen. But because you guys are beginners, some of you may not be, but majority of you probably are. So you're going to be utilizing, you're not going to be utilizing more volatile pairs. And if you're wondering, okay, well, what pair should I trade? All that, we go over that in the other course. So, or the other modules. So don't worry about that. But this was just break and retest. Your homework, you're going to have homework on this. So your homework is going to be drawing your trend lines, drawing your support and resistant areas, and then finding areas for break and retest. And I want you to utilize the long and short position tool, showing me where you potentially, well, you know what, actually, let's just make it really simple. You're not going to utilize the long and short position. What I want you to do is I want you to show me, okay, so this is the trend line. I want you to highlight, okay, this is where it broke, okay, and then this is where it retested. So you can utilize it like that, or mark it up like that, or you can use the text, and then you could just say break, put it where the break is, and then, okay, retest. Okay, like that. If you want it to look a little bit more prettier, then you can use the call out right here. And you can do like that, hit break, use the call out for this, be like retest, right? So do that. And then if you're going to do it off of a zone, like it broke. I would ideally like it to be around a break and retest, trend line break and retest with the zone, but a zone would work too. So you see right here, it broke. And then this whole area right here is it's a deep pullback, retest. And so there's a module in the course that goes over different pullbacks, because you're going to have a deep one, you're going to have a small little retest, you're going to have a deep retracement, a small one, like a complex one. And so just identifying that. And so even with this, you still would have been safe. If you get the long position and just say that you got in, just say that you got in at this retest, okay? You still want your stop loss under this zone area. So you're going to put it right there. That's a 16-point stop loss. Like, there you go. It's a 1 to 7. So this still would have been a great trade, but you see how it really would have messed with your mind before you went into profit. So, so you can also call out, what I also want you to do is to call out break and retest off of the zones, okay? So trend line break and retest, and support and resistant zone break and retest. That is your homework. If you have questions, you know what to do. The Telegram group. Submit your homework in the Telegram group as well. And bye for now.